Welcome back everyone to Tater Tanks. Today I am playing the Leopard 1 on the map Glacier. I actually remembered... No, I didn't remember the name of the map. I looked it up. Last time I didn't even bother to try looking at what the map was called. This time I took one note and that was the name of the map. Excuse my harsh voice again. I'm not still sick. I am on a family trip, so I'm recording this one ahead of time. So I'm still sick when I recorded it, but not still sick when this comes out. Hopefully, at least. So on Glacier, when I'm playing this side of the map, I do like to come up on the 0 column and try to get some snipes in on anyone spotted on the other side of the middle ridge. Even if it takes a little bit of time, as is the case right now. But our Manticore is pushing up quite nicely, so I will probably be able to get some shots in soon, and just like that, there is an object for me to shoot. Let me get a nice shot into the side. Now the EBR is joining us and also pushing up on this side, so lots of good spotting going on here. But I'm just going to sit back and rely on this tank's excellent handling gun to pump in some damage from a distance. Our Object 277 is pushing up, and that's fine by me. He has a bit more armor than I do. Some would say not by much, but it's pretty hard to have less armor than the Leopard 1. So I'm okay to just sit back. Of course my shot misses. But now we get some more spotting going. And there, at first I thought it was a leopard, but it's actually the lion. Very similar shape and the same number of hit points. So it's very confusing if you're just getting a quick glance at it. I'm actually very surprised that shot landed on the Object 140. I guess I was just testing my luck, and surprisingly that shot hit. So now I think this is about when I start moving up. All of their tanks are falling back. You can see their 114 SP2 on the mini-map is falling back a bit. So now I'm going to push around, and I also took a look at the mini-map. Wow, not the mini-map. The tank list on the enemy team, and the only tanks unspotted are the artilleries and an STRV 103B. So there's only one tank that can even potentially be peeking this corner. So I was willing to test that and potentially spot and take a shot of damage. But I was already pretty confident that he would also be closer to their base, sitting in the back waiting for us to come around the corner. So I push up and hope I can get some shots into any one of those that is close up to me right here, or even into the 116 F3 out closer to the middle of the map. So now we just wait for the EBR or the Manticore to spot. I see the 116 is spotted on the mini-map, so I try to get close enough to get a shot in. He's just outside my render distance. There he is. So I'm going to take a shot. Of course it bounces. But now I know that if I move up a little bit, I can put a shot in. There's that 114. I get a really nice roll into him. And there's the 116 again. So now I can try that again. And this time it works. Yeah, I peeked up too far with that T100. Bounce a shot and take a shot of damage. But I'm still in really good shape. I've traded really well so far. Well over half full of hit points, and I've done 2.1k. So just a bit of a slow start, but I'm able to land my shots for the most part, even if they don't penetrate. But now I'm going to fall back. I'm below half hit points. I'm going to try a different approach now where I'm a little bit more protected by these trees. I won't get spotted quite as easily. Luckily they take out both their T100 light and the Object 140, so that makes it a lot easier to push the remaining tanks a little bit harder. I really wanted that lion to come back up onto that little ridge, because then it would have been really easy for me to put some shots into him. Turns out my little protective play there was kind of useless, because now everyone else died. So now I'm going to wait for the manticore to do some spotting. I think he can get into those bushes and show me where everyone is. Of course, I don't land that shot, that snapshot on the 116. But we're just going to play slow and steady, because if I just rush out there, I'm going to die right away. They have a 114, a lion, and an unspotted STRV, which I'm pretty sure is close to their base as well. We are down 4-9, but that means I got to play smarter and do what I can to make this game happen. I dared to go up to this little ridge. I thought if the lion was here, then I would spot him and I was still protected, but if not, then I was in a better position to take shots. And sure enough, the lion had fallen back to their base. So now I'm going to stay in this bush, or behind this rock a little bit, and let the manticore do the spotting, because he's a much stronger spotter than I am. Thankfully, our base tanks take care of the EBR. So now we have the spotting tank advantage, which is awesome. There, the lion gets spotted. I'm pretty sure it's by the manticore. I don't think it was me. And so now he's a one-shot for me, which makes this base rush a lot more doable. Get a shot, a nice roll into that 114 as well. Now the manticore is playing really aggressive and spotting their artillery. If we can get behind the 114, he can maybe take him out. There, I get that shot into the lion, which is beautiful. And suddenly, instead of a 4-9, this is 8-10, which is a lot more viable than a 4v9 would be, or would seem. So now I'm going to rush along with the manticore, because we're the only two here. And the manticore's gun isn't the best, so we're going to rush together, see what we can do. I see the 116 pushing up. So instead of going around here with my preloaded HE, he gets taken out. So now I actually turn around and come to the other side of this ridge so that the manticore and I can 2v1 this 116. You see the 116 is pushing up against the manticore there. And if I had gone around that way, I'd be right in his gun range and he'd be aimed right at me. So I come around instead and almost tip myself over. I didn't know that rock was there. And get a nice shot into the back of the 116. Now he's going to push me, so the manticore can put a shot in, just like that. And now, of course, I miss my shot, and he misses his, luckily. But I was not expecting his reload to be that fast. I was so surprised at how fast his reload was. But turns out it was good enough, because I'm still alive and he is not. We're at 4k damage now, and it's a dead even game. We have 2 artillery and they only have 1, but other than that, it's 11v11. But on my mini map, at least, they have a massive hit point advantage, so we're going to have to play well. I am able to get some nice juicy shots into the back of this Moistion. Nope, the mouse. Moistion is the tier 9. There we go. And now he's a one-shot as well. I got spotted for that somehow. But just, I don't know how that happened, but my shot just went over his tank and he survives. So the manticore is pushing up the other way. I think he's hunting the object 261. So I'm going to stay here a little bit, but at this point we need to protect our base because they have 2 heavy tanks pushed up into our base. So I'm going to fall back and try to keep them from capturing our base. 5k damage and 4 enemies left. Manticore turned around, changed his mind, and came back to our base. Surprised they haven't even started capturing the base yet. But our Batchat artillery is actually going to sit on their base now, which gives us an advantage too. Like, they have to respawn somehow, otherwise we just automatically win. So I'm able to spot the IS-4, and I actually see the STRV, which I was not expecting to see here. But taking that kill shot on the object, on the IS-4 gets me spotted, but I'm able to put one shot into the STRV before he hits his siege mode and aims me down. So now the Manticore got the 261, and now we actually have the advantage. We have our artillery on base, and we are both way more mobile than both of their remaining tanks. So I'm just waiting now for the Manticore to do some spotting again. He's still full health, or basically full health. Somehow I get spotted there. It's by the STRV. So I'm going to fall back again. And now that he's spotted, artillery gets a shot in, the Manticore got a shot in, I can sit down and put a shot into his tracks. And just like that, we are able to clean him up. Awesome. It was a lot of fun actually finishing this game out with the Manticore and the Batchat. I should have added the Manticore to the platoon in game as well, because overall I felt like we had really worked well together even without any comms. So the Batchat stays on base. We're hunting down the mouse, but before we get there, the game is over. We've captured the base, and you can see there's 6,000 damage on the Leopard 1. So there you have it. That was only a second class. I was kind of surprised by that, but still, 6,000 damage. I'm really happy with that result. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.